agitate and unite. And those are the words of Connolly and Larkin and the Irish workers. And that's what we must do now as a people, to stand up and overthrow this government. I came here today, like many people, to call for this unfair, unjust debt to be lifted from our shoulders. It's unfair where every man, woman and child has to pay €14,300 each. The average family, 2 adults, 2 children, €60,000. We pay it through our taxes. I've said it already, but we must keep hitting it home. We pay it through our taxes. Pay cuts, pension levies, increase in VAT, home heat and oil, the universal social charge, petrol, diesel, ESB, gas, property tax and soon a water tax. These are the stealth taxes that the Labour and Fine Gael government are bringing in against us as a people. People in Ireland struggle day in and day out to feed their families, to buy their school books and to pay their mortgages. I don't need to go on about it. We all know. Many of us may know someone who committed suicide, or may have even ourselves suffered from a mental health difficulty due to this austerity. But in that building, those big shot TDs give themselves pay rises. Brendan Howlin, at the start of this government, gave a pay rise to the government chief whip, Paul Kehoe, in the region between 15 and 18,000 euros a year. He doesn't even have a voice at the table. Brendan Howlin quoted in the paper, the reason Paul Kehoe and other junior ministers like him got this rise was because they have very important jobs. Well, we all have important jobs. Whether you're driving a bus, whether you're a man or a woman working in a shop, or the factory floor where they've laid off staff and you're doing more work now than you used to do. Whether you're the guard, the fireman, the nurse, we all have important jobs. But these people here are living in a bubble. They give themselves big pay rises while we, the majority of the people of this country, suffer through austerity and pain. No more do we want to see our children being forced to emigrate. No more do we want to see our money being handed over to unnamed, unguaranteed and unsecured bank bond holders. It's time to rise up. If any of you are taking pictures of today, if you're loading videos of today, put it all over the internet. Because this is what the people of Ireland, the people of the world, will not hear on the television, the radio. They won't read it in the newspaper. And just to recap on the bonds, we've paid heaps of bonds, but this Monday the 23rd, we pay €50 million to an unsecured EBS bond. Again on the 3rd of October, 2 weeks from now, we pay another €10 million to an Irish Life and Permanent unsecured bond. And the day after, the 4th of October, we pay €14,577,083 to a Bank of Ireland unsecured bond. This goes on and on and on. Correct. You won't read it in the newspapers. You won't hear it on the radio. You won't see it on the television. And you won't hear any of them hammerheads in the Dail tell you either. And as this gentleman reminded me, the medical card tax, they attack the most vulnerable while they sail on their private yachts and their private planes. And our children are being forced to emigrate on a tide of immigration. Guramahagut, Ireland Gupra. Thank you.